Hey guys, you already know who I am. This is going to be yet another upgrade to my custom build, which is, this is a somewhat unneeded upgrade, but you know what, this is going to last me a long time, so, you know, I just figured I'd do it now just because I felt like upgrading something, so, yeah. Not exactly the smartest move in the world of finances, but whatever. I got a new power supply, right? This upgrade is going to be the Corsair TX650M modular power supply. First of all, I want to say that, yes, it's yellow and black. My build is entirely blue and black. My build is entirely blue, black, or a combination of those two colors. I swore to myself not to buy any components that were not those two colors or a combination of those two colors, but I went to the store. I was originally going to get the HX650, but they didn't have it in stock, so I just figured, well, you know what, I came all the way over there, so figured I'd just buy something. So I bought this, which is better, but more expensive. Well, anyway, now that I got that story out of the way, wasted 1 minute of your life, let's go ahead and take a tour around the box real quick, and we'll unbox this baby. So yeah, TX650M, it's in the Enthusiast series, modular power supply. The only thing that matters is it's 80 plus bronze, so that's pretty cool. High performance modular power supply, and yeah, it says reduced price because this is an open box, as you can see. Actually, no, this is probably refurbished or something, but I don't really care. Most of my build is refurbished anyway, refurbished components just to save money. So there are all your connectors. You get one 24-pin, obviously, one 4-pin and one 4+4 basically, two 6-pin PCIe, 6 and 8, 8 SATA connectors. Holy crap! 8 Molex connectors and 2 floppy connectors. So you have as many connections as you could possibly want on this thing. The ratings here, it just has a single 12-volt rail at 54 amps, so that would put out about 648 watts, although I imagine that this thing could easily put out more than 650 if it needed to. So yeah, so it's got definitely good ratings. My current supply only has 2 12-volt rails, each at 16 amps, so it's really only a 430 watt power supply, so I figured this will give me plenty of headroom for when I want to upgrade to, you know, a big GPU next year, or, you know, whatever, get higher grade components or whatever. If I want to do SLI within the next 3 years, I can do that. So, you know, I don't want to have any limitations in terms of power supply. So, important safety information, we don't need that. So we open this up, just a piece of styrofoam, throw that off to the side. Comes in this nice velvet bag. It's like, holy crap, except that's kind of lifting up, but whatever, it's just a bag. Yeah, nice velvety bag. Oh. So, we're left with no other choice but to remove the supply. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the PSU, and I will set that slightly to the side. In there, just the warranty guide you guys don't really care about, and holy crap, all of these modular power connectors. So we have 6-pin along with the SATA. I don't think I have to use that. Over here we have one 6-pin connection. Well, there's another one going to the floor. So we have one 6 or 8-pin graphics card. We have one Molex to floppy, so that's kind of interesting. Won't be using that, and then here's the other 6-pin, so I'm going to be using one of these for my 550 Ti, and then we have Molex to, this is a weird one, so it's got a few Molex connectors and a 6-pin, so I guess that goes into the actual supply. I'm not sure what the hell are these on it. What is that? I have no idea. I'm not going to be using most of these cables anyway, so why does it matter, right? So let's go ahead and, without further ado, let's bring the supply, I don't know why I'm calling it the supply, this power supply, into the equation here. So then pick it up, remove it from the luxury velvet bag there, and we are greeted with the power supply there. So it's going to sit like that in my build. You're gonna see the yellow, but whatever, I don't care anymore. So yeah, there's your modular connections. And then the things that are not modular, this is kind of surprising. This is only a semi-modular power supply, by the way. So I was looking at this, and you get your 24 pin, obviously everyone needs that. And then you get your 8 pin for your motherboard. But then you get these. You get 4 SATA and 3 Molex. No, 4 Molex. So, I mean, you don't really need all of those, but actually, I won't have to use any of those cables except for one of the 6 pins, so that loses a little bit of bulk, but not a whole lot. Not more than I was expecting anyway. For, you know, I'm only going to be using maybe 3 of these, so, and then I'm only going to be using, okay, so I'll use 3 of these, 3 of those, so I guess it's okay. I'm going to be using most of them, so that's cool. And if you look here, it's TX650M in the back. Obviously that's going to look good even though I never look at it. Let's go ahead and flip that off. Yeah, there's the ratings once again. We already looked at that. So yeah, so I think that's a 140. Yeah, that's a 140 millimeter fan. I'm just going to leave that tape on there just because it's going to be facing down anyway. So yeah, so there's the unboxing. I'm going to go ahead and open up the computer next to your right over there, and I'm going to go ahead and start removing the old power supply, and we'll get this baby in there. Alrighty guys, I have the old swag supply out, as you can see right here, and don't ask me what that is. Actually, no, I know exactly what that is. That's double-sided tape. And one more thing, this only has a 120 mil fan, so that is a 140, so it'll definitely be an improvement. And of course, the cables are sleeved, whereas this is just one big rainbow piece of crap. So yeah, goodbye 550 watt power supply that you're only 430 watts. Screw you. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and install the new one now. So I'll be right back to you with that. I'm not even going to record any of the cable management thing because that would take way too long, and I'm too lazy to do a time lapse. So yeah, I'm just gonna install this thing and then I'll show you guys the finished product. So yeah, bye. Alrighty guys, after an hour, maybe an hour and a half, she's in there. She looks nice. There's no rainbow colors anymore, well, except for, god damn it, I just bumped the tripod. Son of a bishko. I'm sorry people, I'm very tired. The only thing that's still rainbow is right here. That doesn't really bother me very much though. So okay, that RAM chip is out for some reason. Okay, I'll have to test everything again because it definitely rocked this computer's world today, but all the cables are nice and black. Everything went in, but I found myself only not using these 2 cables out of all the modular ones because I realized that I have 3 hard drives and 1 CD drive, 1 optical drive. So I tried that, but it didn't work because the cable wouldn't reach from all the way down here with these tightly packed hard drives all the way up to here. So I had to use that other SATA, so I have useless SATA ports back there, but whatever. It took a lot of muscle, and I actually had to lay the computer down to get the all the cables to smash down in there on the other side. So I just flipped the switch on the power supply. Let's see if it boots and everything works. Okay, we have fan over here. This one's working. These 2 fans are working. We have power to the optical drive there. Alright, graphics card's working obviously. This hard drive's running. I assume the SSD, okay, it's booting from the SSD right now. That hard drive's running, that hard drive's running. Alright, well, I'm not going to put the side panel on until I confirm that everything's there. So let's go ahead and turn our attention over to the screens over here. I'm going to go ahead and go into my computer. Make sure all the hard drives are there. All the hard drives are there. Obviously the water cooler is getting power. Everything works. The light strip's on. I don't see anything wrong. So yeah, so that is the installation of the Corsair TX650M power supply. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and my system is running with a much better supply of electricity now. So this power supply should last me a good few years. So yeah, thanks for watching this installation and unboxing video, and yeah, see you guys later.